Hey, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Dame Dash refused to drag Dame Dash on the Is What It Is podcast with Camron. Let's get into the content, bro. Drop it in the comments.
Everything good, man. I can't complain. I want to start the show off today before we get to sin action.
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Who that?
Kevin Hart.
Yo, Kev, come on in here, Kev. Kev, come in. One question. Just one question. Kev, please. Please. Just one question, please. Kev, please. I just need one question. One question. He's coming in. He's coming in. One question. One question. Get him in here. Open that damn door. Open that damn door. Open the door. Open the door. Get Kevin in here, man. We just was talking about Kev. PT is up. PT's up. Just one question, Kev. This is just one question, Kev. I appreciate it. It's one question. I did the intro.
Don't fuck up my career.
No, let Kev sit. Yo, matter of fact, let Kev sit up here at the desk.
That's too comfortable.
All right. We got to get a mic. We got to get you a mic.
Yeah, just.
So you can sit there. The mic's already. One question. One question. We got to get you one question. One question. One question.
You get one, Cam.
We get one question. We get one question. Can I get two? I'm pushing it. All right, because I want to ask you something. I didn't like what you did to my man when you said, damn.
Okay.
Why would you do that to him when he said his age and you say, damn? What?
It's a real reaction.
It wasn't real. Kev, I know you.
You know, I'm shocked at the age of some. And you know, Don definitely looks his age. But I wasn't ready to hear it.
Okay.
Right? So that was just a real reaction.
Okay.
Damn.
Right?
But then I immediately retracted it.
Right.
Which made it right. Okay, one more.
Right.
We're on, by the way, we're on, this is great.
This is absolutely, and listen, I appreciate it.
No problem.
You know what's crazy, Kev? And I'm not going to ask you this question, but I'm doing the intro to my show, and I was explaining to the people, and I said, I was just talking to Kev, and he said, I know what's going on. I'm not walking in there. I just said this. I said, He said, I'm very aware of what you asked on the show, so I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to ask a real question on behalf of both of us.
Okay.
Your very first movie you did, I was actually in it. When you see Dame Dash today, what do you think? What's up, yo? I love you too, bro. Love you guys, man.
Plastic
love
cup,
you guys,
boys,
man.
plastic cup.
Love you guys, man. Appreciate you. Damn. Yo, that was a real question.
Roll.
Well, you see,
We love it. We love it.
damn.
And that wasn't planned.
That was a real question. We tried to, because we did our first movie together, Paper Soldiers. You know, it was me and Kev. His first movie. I was my second movie. I did. I don't know. I thought this shit was a legit question. I thought it was an all right question. We did the first movie together. That's a fair question, guys, right?
Okay.
I didn't go.
That's a fair question.
I wasn't crazy.
That was a really good question.
Very good question, man. And it wasn't no slight neither, you know, because you know who's gonna go off. Well, fuck both of y'all. Fuck both of y'all, Lord. And if it wasn't for me, this, that, there. When Kevin dissed it, no, I just wanted. It was genuine for me. It was genuine. It was genuine. Guess we'll move on.
Look, shout out Camron, but let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. That nigga just trying to sell the show at this point, bro. What are you even talking about? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Dame Dash teeth falling out his mouth, bad look, but it's gonna happen to everybody if you don't take care of your choppers. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Anybody that don't have their natural teeth, these are permanent. They permanent slugs, you know what I mean? But my natural teeth are under this. Anybody that don't have their natural teeth, bro, you can't belittle and degrade somebody over teeth, nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, Camron. Before you got them new choppers, your shit wasn't looking too good, fam. That's why you filed him down and you got them chiclets. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. As far as your show being the most dangerous show, and you might think I'm rambling off a topic. No. You need some straightening. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. As far as you thinking your show is the most dangerous, because you never know what you're gonna ask, bruh, bitch. That's all podcasts. Let's just be honest, bro. Yes, all podcasts. You ask a question to sell the show. You know what questions to ask by the guests you invite to that motherfucker. So all that, this is the most dangerous show on the... No, it is not, bro. You a dime a dozen. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. The best thing you and Camron got, you and Mace got going is that y'all laugh at every motherfucking thing. You know what I mean, huh? And nigga don't tune in for that bullshit, bro. Let's just be honest, bro. What y'all even talking about? Y'all up there bullshitting. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. Shout out Dame Dash, bro. Everything you saying about Dame is fake news. Fake news, fake news, fake news. He's not going broke. A rich man's broke ain't the same as a poor man's broke. You best believe that he's not gonna ever be living next door to you in the hood. It's just not gonna happen, bro. On top of that, you gotta remember this is the same Dame that was giving everybody financial advice. Oh, how can he give financial advice and go through financial things? Because that's what happens. You know what I mean? Once you start getting sued and all this other shit that you couldn't account for, bro. You gotta use your motherfucking head. But everything he said about financial advice, finding yourself to financial freedom, paying yourself instead of just spending it all on bullshit, yeah, you gotta take that and run with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, every now and then, nigga fuck up, nigga make mistakes. But Dame is still that same Dame. You know what I mean? Why? Fuck with that man. Yeah, bro? You can't be little shit for, hey, lose this, lose that, bro. It's life. Real bosses take losses. It ain't what makes you great, fam. First of all, what makes you great is not how great you can make yourself, but how great you can make others. But what makes you great, bro, is when you go lose all that shit and get it back over 10 times over. Let's just be honest, bro. Shout out Dame, because he's grinding. Camron, at this point, you a fucking joke. Yeah, you a fucking joke, bro. If it was no Dame, it wouldn't be, half of y'all wouldn't even be known. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. Your career would have ended before you had to go over to Rockefeller. Your shit would have been over, fam. It would have been no place for you. Let's just be honest. That man breathes life into you, bro. You can't ever go against a nigga like that. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, bitch. Yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you. I'm just being honest. Shout out Camron, niggas know I fuck with New York. Fuck with it. Just came from Brooklyn. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Dumbo, but I gotta find the hood everywhere I go. You know what I mean? I was in Fort Greene. Yeah, Fort Greene treated a nigga nicely. You know what I mean? It's good for me. Shout out Brooklyn. Shout out New York. Period. I go to Brooklyn. That's why I shout out Brooklyn. That's why I shout out Fort Greene. That's why I shout out what's the other little projects I went to that Lil Kim from? Drop it in the comments if you're from there. But I was there too. You know, right across the street. That's where you bought the singles at. You know what I mean? About the singles. Had to go to Fort Greene to get the cigarillos. End up staying down there because it felt like home. I love New York. Yeah, I love it. But I got to go with more money. Why? It broke me down to my motherfucking brake pads. I'm just being honest, just being real. Couldn't even afford to get a meal in Chinatown. By the time my week was over, I was ready to come back home. Ready to come back home. Even had to down there walk from the airport. Nigga, some shit had happened. Look, drop it in the comments, Camron, and get off the gas, bro. You get off the gas. Like, the podcast shit sucks when you got to go on that bitch every day. And I'm going to do this to make them laugh. Man, sometimes a nigga not even laughing with you, a nigga laughing at you, bro. It's like goofy, bro. You grow a player, and then you turn into this, old hoe-ass nigga at old age. At 50, you turn to a hoe-ass nigga. Something just don't add up, fam. I'm just being honest, and that's not me dragging Camron. It's just like, bro, that ain't how you not aging gracefully, bitch. Yeah, you not aging gracefully. You tripping. You're fucking tripping, fam. Let's just hope you're healthy, because the shit that you talk about, that they ain't going through, shit could happen to anybody, G. I'm just being honest. Drop it in the comments, man. Y'all got to ignore that shit. Dame Dash up. Dame Dash gonna stay up. You know what I mean? Dame Dash could teach your bitch ass something. If you are set too long. You know, just being honest, bro. Drop it in the comments. Cause from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace. Hype my shit up. Hype my shit up. Because guess what? We're going up and we're not getting any more community strikes. Oh, no. I'm not talking about the LGBTQPRA community anymore. No lies. They don't like that. Not to mention they don't like that, but they fucks up the money on for me. So get what? All respect, bro. Love who you want. That's what the world. There's the world we live in right now. Love who you want, bro. Don't worry about what another nigga tell you about you. And niggas are trying to do something. Don't get canceled like the baby. You know what I mean? It's easy. I once thought I wasn't cancelable. I really ain't, because I'm always going to pop back up some type of way. But, oh, they got a way of limiting you. You know, just being honest, bro. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Can't stay long. Got to go, Miss Ho. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the jail. It gotta be about business. Look, welcome back to Scores from the Playground. DJ Akademiks says Kendrick Lamar single-handedly ruined the hip-hop experience. His exact words are, he wanted to watch the party die. Drop it in the comments. Let's get into the content.
Right? There's nobody, like this idea, and one of the things I don't like that people haven't acknowledged, after Kendrick came out, did his thing in the battle, drops GNX, he basically says, watch the party die, and nobody acknowledged that was probably the worst ideology to exist. Watch the party die was actually watching the culture of hip-hop die, watching music that existed in all facets and form die. He didn't listen, it's like you can't kill something without giving it an alternative. And all he wanted to do was kill it, right? I get it. Like, you know, there's a lot of people say, you know what? We rock with people like Kendrick. We rock with some of the woke stuff. We rock with the he's super cultural thing, whatever you want to say that's defined as. But if you walk into somewhere, right? It's like you get elected. I know you're from Canada, but imagine you get elected to be the president of the United States and you walk in and you say, fuck the Constitution. You rip it up. And people are like, all right now, so it's ripped up. What do we do now? And you're like, I didn't think that far. That's the problem. So it's like, I thought this whole Kendrick, like, supposed era, because, you know, they kept dick riding dot era. There's
no dot era, bro. There's no dot era.
He's like Colin Kaepernick.
No
he tells you to kneel. You've been kneeling for like the last 30 games, and now you're like, nigga, I'm about to catch arthritis. What's the next step? This motherfucker is doing burpees in a fucking park in Compton. He don't give a goddamn fuck. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. No, he's left the people in shambles, okay? He's left the people in shambles, and that's my thing. So now we're all at a place where even though hip-hop wasn't in its perfect form, we're left to say, damn, remember when hip-hop was nice? Remember when the big artists used to like jump on random songs? Remember when this was going on? Essentially, we're looking for Drake to give us a bridge to a fucking time machine to literally 3 to 4 years ago that we felt it was a little more nicer. You know why? Because the fucking Grinch came through, destroyed Christmas, told us we're watching a party die. With the party done dead, party done. We're saying, where is the next iteration of this? And he says, let me do my 1,000,000th burpee, and I'll holler at you maybe sometime. Huh?
Bro, they called Drake had the line, like, what was it on Give Me a Hug, where he's like, what are they gonna do with it? Have the girls twerking with a dictionary or whatever, right? And then DJ Head called that line, what do you call it? Insatiably inflammatory.
Yeah.
He said the line was disrespectful to women.
Yo, and those guys,
what are we doing?
And those guys stand no accountability because, you know, I understand there's different, you know, perspectives on hip hop. My perspective, there's always going to be a counter too. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah.
My thing is that they have pretty much utilized. There's no like instructions coming. There's nothing left. So it's not. If we're waiting on Kendrick, it's not going to happen. So the entire music form is waiting on see if Drake could kind of restore the feeling. That's what it is. Could Drake?
Look, his analyzations of the game are super biased. Why? Because he's all on Drizzy Drake's nutsack. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. You can't forget that K-Dot was on hiatus, bro. He had been in the house for 6 to 8 years, bro. He just popped out. and everybody loved it, fam. Did what he did. He ain't even catch ghosts. He just don't want what y'all trying to give him. That hip-hop savior, J. Cole don't want it. Drake might want it. He likes it. He finds it amusing. Them niggas is regular, bro. They don't want that shit. You know what I mean? That's why you still see K.I. doing regular shit with his family, fool. He doing regular. He trying to be as regular as possible. Because once you accept that old weird shit into your life, that's what you become. Fluid, flaccid. You know what I mean? Motherfucker don't want to be that. You know what I mean? Just be honest. Let's just be real. Shout out K-Dot. I like him. But as far as the hip-hop savior, and he didn't never have the tunes like that, bro. Y'all put too much on that main back. Why? Because he was rapping like Drake Yo the Ruler. You know what I mean? That's what y'all don't know. That's Drake Yo the Ruler style. Now it has become California's accent to the game. But that's Drake Yo the Ruler, fam. Had he never put that out, you may never have been jamming him so hard. And not like us did make his shit ride a little different, but let's just be honest. Kendrick has always been conscious. He never wanted to be anything other than that. You know? That's why you don't get much music that ain't talking about. Look, bro, y'all put too much pressure on him. Pressure bust pipes. I don't know what Kendrick Lamar had with his new album or this new music. They say some other shit supposed to drop. That AI shit was the fireman supposed to be putting out the Iceman shit, but bro, we've yet to see anything other than a few lackluster features. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people say, oh, K.1. I don't see how y'all see that, bro. Drake is still on top, not to mention hip-hop has took a downslide since Drake ain't been dropping. Now he's gonna save the game, you know what I mean? The whole shit is weird, but I was telling y'all this last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. This has been in motion, you know what I mean? It's been what was happening. Did you think anything was different? K-Dot, Duckworth, whatever y'all are. If you got the music, put it out, my nigga, put it out. Or just stay out the way, man. That's what they're showing you, bro. And they're siding with Jersey Drake right now. Unfortunately, Dot ain't winning right now. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Look, Wack 100 was nearly involved in a physical altercation on No Jumper. Let's get into the content. Drop it in the comments.
So what I want to do.
If you don't want me on the pod, I'll leave.
Well, you ain't even ready. The motherfucking anger and vengeance that come with this shit, little boy, you ain't ready. Everything ain't pie, homie.
How is this justified? This is so not that serious, bro.
Look me in my motherfucking eyes like I'm some type of bitch.
He wanted to show you that he's a man.
Show you respect.
Okay, then show me you a man. You barking that shit. Get out like a man.
I'm not here to fight.
Stop not here to fight. Blogs. They don't know me, nigga.
I got you. I'm not here to fight you though, Wack. That's not my intention here. I've never.
The nigga act like it. Take to that tough shit. I don't be up here playing tough shit, and you fucking know it. I don't do that shit.
This is the definition of tough shit.
No, this is a definition of a nigga want to see what it is.
I get it. But I'm just letting you know my intention was not to disrespect you or try to belittle you or act like you're a hoe or something. I'm not going to do that.
And you real lucky I dismissed my team. You real lucky. God is working for you, boy. It's real shit. Don't never disrespect no man you don't know that's constantly telling you, I don't know you, bro. You know what that means? You don't know him. You don't know how far he willing to go.
I get that.
This shit ain't worth it, homie. Fucking with niggas' lives. Mine and yours.
I get that.
You fucking with my life too, nigga. I got kids, a wife, businesses. And you come up here playing, nigga, put mine on the line.
How's he playing with you? What did he put on the line?
Let me interject a little bit. And I'm not trying to be Wack's defense lawyer or anything like that. All I'm saying is from what I'm seeing with my own two eyes, this man don't know that man. You came in the game, and I get it, because we podding and it's content, but you don't know him. And you said some things about him that he didn't like. And he said from the rip, I'm not messing with that. So we still going on the premise that y'all don't know each other. Then when you did come in here, I don't know if it was like WWE or whatever it is, You staring at the nigga across the table. Once again, he don't know you. So where he come from, if you done already said some shit about the nigga, then you sit down across from him like, yeah. And so he sat there, cause I watch everything. The nigga sat there quiet, try to just assess the situation. If you just would've just came like, hey man, I know I said some shit, I ain't mean it like that, this ain't that, he probably would've had a different reaction.
Then maybe that's my fault then.
Okay.
Cause I thought we would have the understanding that I'm team no jumper, so I'm not gonna be getting at people within no jumper in that way.
Attacking a nigga on no jumper.
No, I have criticisms of Doughboy, I have criticism of Adam, I have criticism of everybody.
Attacks is attacks.
I felt like I wasn't attacking you till we started having our back and forth. Then I might have thrown some jokes.
Ain't no back and forth, bro. And I ain't had no back and forth with you.
Or I guess I went too far with the joke.
And then when somebody said something,
your name, none of that.
When somebody said something to you about it on the pod, and they were just like, well, what if Wack see you? He was like, oh, what is that 5'4" midget gonna do to me?
Yeah.
So then it's like you trying him, and then when you got here, the energy just should have been a little.
Yeah, the energy there was a little.
Because you sat across from the nigga, and you,
I get that.
And you a big dude, so you're not a little. Don't Mexican mad dog me without me.
I wasn't trying to mad dog you. That wasn't a mad dog.
That
wasn't. I wasn't trying to do that.
Shit up north, homie.
I got you.
I'm not no fucking civilian. You sit there looking at me, nigga. We doing a whole book behind that kind of shit. And I don't think your mama and daddy appreciate you putting them in this situation, because you will get hurt.
I got you. I didn't know that it was going to be that big of a deal. I thought we was on some content shit and we was rocking out. That's how it was. And I'm not going to try somebody and play them out of what they are on No Jumper if they part of No Jumper. But I have criticisms, and that's what I was voicing.
And I think Moose is a very, very talented podcaster. He's a good dude, and I would appreciate
Never said he wasn't.
If you would be willing.
What did I tell you how to
mend this?
As a man, did I not fucking say, bro, dude, you said I was going to holler at him. You never told me you hollered at him.
I hollered at him.
Did you get back to me?
I told him about how I feel like he should approach you when we do have a conversation.
Me?
Okay, I probably should have advanced that further.
I did everything I was supposed to do. This building 4 miles from my neighborhood, homie. I'm not from South Central. I'm from Coima.
Yeah.
But I respect his fucking building.
Thank you.
My homies get into it with Mexicans before Crips, homie.
I get that.
Mexicans.
I get that.
We don't give a fuck if you Sureño, whatever. My last little homies is 50 years, 80 years behind Mexicans.
I get that.
And you think you gonna walk in here, bro, fuck me, talk shit, look at me crazy? Bro, it took everything in me.
Did you fuck him?
I was not.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know Moose Man from a can of paint, but apparently he's part of the show. But I'm gonna tell a lot of people how this goes, bro, because a lot of people think this is just content. You're just running content. I'm talking about a man. Bro, you can't say something about anybody and not expect for them to look at you. Yeah, I'm talking really look at you when they see you, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Moose Man, you went out like a baby back bitch. And like I said, I don't know him, you know what I mean? But Wack 100 is right, bro. You can't expect, he called it the Mexican mad dog. You can't go nowhere and give in and stare a nigga down, bro. Look, I got tattoos on my forehead, fam. But even when I see people looking too hard, I think it's a problem. I forget I got tattoos, you know what I mean? Bro, you can't go, moral of the story, you can't go nowhere. Especially after talking shit about him, man. Oh, he ain't gonna do shit when he, man, fuck that nigga. Man, yeah. And they got a way of showing you, he could make you eat your motherfucking words. And this is exactly what that is, bro. I want everybody out there that's podcasting, I'm running content, you know what I mean, bro? If you ain't got it in you, stop it. Yeah, if you ain't got it in you, stop it. Cause the nigga gonna stop it for you, fool. I'm just being honest, I'm just being real. Shout out Wack 100. I can't see no other way of handling. The nigga went so high, the nigga went so high, he lost his fucking voice. He went coarse in the midst of it. You know, he couldn't understand half the shit he was in, if we're being honest. But you felt the fucking energy, and Moose Man did too. Moral of the story, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your mouth. For it, write a check your ass can't cash. I'm just being honest, I'm just being real, fool. Drop it in the comments. And that goes for rappers making a little records, you dissing, you doing this. That's why they hitting y'all up. They gonna come see about that. if you show that you possess, or try to show that you possess a certain kind of energy, the wolves will smell it. When the wolf smells it, when it gets your scent, it never loses it. And that's what y'all forgetting. It's gonna die down in 2-3 months. No, it ain't. People got long memories. To be honest, let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Wack 100, because like I said, I couldn't see no better way of handling it in this situation. And shout out Adam 22, bro. No Jumper. I haven't watched No Jumper since Brick Baby got locked up. We got to run some Brick Baby content, bro. They say it's looking bad for him after a certain judgment then came in court, but we'll get into that later. Drop it in the comments. Squads from the Playground. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Dame Dash responds to being dragged constantly by Camron. Let's get into the content. Drop it in the comments.
I don't have to clear anything to tell my personal experience as it relates to Harlem. So for Cheap Teeth, aka Fredo, aka Camron, you know, aka I want to talk about sweaty men every day for a living, and now aka Paws getting thrown around by wrestlers on some clown shit, to me, you know, that's just not what I have for him. He better get to work if he wants to go make Paid in Full and stop getting thrown around by wrestlers, and maybe keep my name out of his big mouth with those cheap teeth, with those what are those in his mouth. Because again, if you're gonna do something as intricate and personal as getting teeth, Paws, you should be patient. You should make sure it's the right dentist, and you should make sure they're not too big for your face.
I could have sworn everything was good between both of y'all. Like, what happened, y'all? Like, why y'all going back and forth again?
He keeps talking about me. They keep bringing me up. They keep trying to throw jabs, and I could care less. They're children. They play childish games. I just feel like they might keep saying my name because it gets them relevant or in the algorithm, but I just don't know how you can make a career talking about me once or twice a week or bringing my name up, or why you want people to think I'm fucked up. I don't know why you want people to think that, and you're supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, now it's you. You're the new one on the other side, but so corny. You think it felt good, Pause, to see him jumping around with G-Unit like a clown? I know they laughing at him. I know they made him do it. I just think they got pictures of him, allegedly. But they should stop talking about me. It's not even like I'm starting, but I don't know what it is. They know I'm not going to let any of that slide, but they've been, you know, I was just waiting for to get real teeth. Like, I had the dentures, but, you know, I told you I had, right there, in the last interview, I had dentures. Because I was going through the bone healing, but now I got the implants, so I'm popping it now. And we back outside. So you see, you know, Nicky Licky got a hit record with PD Crack, F1. I got the CEO race team is racing May 2nd at the Arbondale racetrack, so you'll see that. And I'm opening up these CEO country clubs, my version of a real Soho house, all around the country. And, you know, LA's the first. Well, actually, I did it here first. But then LA, I'm opening that. Then we're going to go open up the hotel in Chicago. But it's members only. And I'm only letting people in that I really with, Pause, where I know it's going to be productive.
So I take it that, you know, that video that went viral of Cam asking Kevin Hart about you, you didn't like that? You wasn't feeling it?
Oh, that was another one. Well, I don't know why they would do that. And they, you know, he's like a planned skit every day. So you never know what's real or what's not over there. It's WWE life over there with me. But I don't know why the first question you would say is, what do you think about Dame Dash? I mean, that's gay to me. Like, why are you asking another man what they think about me? That's gay, allegedly. So, again, the reason why Kev is not cool with me now is because I was protecting him when Kev was bothering him. And the next, I showed it. When I saw Kev, he had on Uggs and, you know, leotards or whatever. And I got at him and said, don't bother Cam no more. That's my little brother. You know better than that. He's with me. Pause. And then Fredo asked that question.
And literally he called me like, yo, man, I think he got at me. He wasn't just telling me other than to say protect him. So I said, I got you, little bro. Don't worry about it, like I always do. Every time Cam has had a problem, I've dealt with it, not other shit that I don't know about. But when he has any issues in business, I'll save his life. When he had any business, you know, that's why I was so like upset when he got punched in his face and didn't do anything with my cousin there. Because I was like, yo, I thought you're supposed to be watching. He's like, he wasn't paying me that day. We was friends. He's not going to get his sneak bodyguard on some slick shit. But I got to remember, this is the guy that got his, you know, his whole career punched out of his face and didn't do anything. And it was only 3 people. Only 3 people. It was like, it was 3 people. It was like, that's it? That's why you let a man punch you in your face? At least punch him in the face and run or curl up or something, but don't get in the car and drive off and cry in the car. And then go get some, you know, a mouthpiece because you had because he was Bucky Dick before, pause. And now he got a mouthpiece, a cheap mouthpiece. And I'm just wondering why he didn't fight back and why he continues to be now like he's on the other side. Him against me, it's like draining, but I'm not going to let him keep talking about me and with me not saying anything. And I just feel like because no one wants to, because he sounds stupid when he tries to talk articulate and do interviews. He's squinting Tarantino. He's squinting. I mean, it's just not entertaining to look at. I'm not hating, but I just don't think the rhythm is there like it was before.
Look, bro, you already know how I feel about Camron, bro. You're tripping, you know what I mean? Steady mentioning Dame like that is on some corny shit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. But the most interesting thing Dame said here was, bro, you got them fake chompers in your mouth because somebody knocked out your teeth, fam. Yeah, I didn't know this. Yeah, say that again, bro. I did not know that. I didn't know you were that type of nigga, bro. I'm going to just be honest. I'm going to just be real. I knew something that happened because you went from that little gap in your mouth to them old cheap chompers. You know what I mean? It's like the little Dennis the Menace tic-tac shit he got going on. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. I just didn't know it was like that. Look, you've been playing on Dame Top for the longest, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Dame ain't broke, man. Dame got all type of big CEO shit going on right now. Country clubs, the hotel. A lot of people like, bro, we'll see it. Believe it when we see it. Look, I don't like Nicki Licky like that. I'm going to be honest with you. She's not my favorite artist, but I haven't really just checked out. But it's not my cup of tea. But I'm going to tell you this. Music is subjective. For somebody, there's so many people in the world, bro. See if you drop it, they will come. Especially if you promote that bitch right. It's about streams these days, bro. So to say it's a hit record, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. It probably really is a hit record. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. But that ain't stopping Dame's money. You don't have to like everything. A person just has to have product. That's facts, bro. As far as Camron dragging Dame there, it's not gonna work in your favor. Like he said, he got real implants now. Now he's back. He's back. He's outside, bro, and he's ready to play. You forget, Dame got a mouthpiece on him. You can say he ain't really from Harlem. You can say whatever the fuck you want to. None of that matters. This is Dame fucking Dash we're talking about, bro. He was the one talking for y'all back in the day. Don't think now, because I done got me a little status and a little money on. I could talk for myself, nigga. Once a fucking... let's just say once you're a person that can't talk for yourself, I'm not gonna say it'll never change, but you'll always be comfortable with a big nigga like myself talking for you. It's just how it goes, bro, because you don't really possess the energy. You just act like it. Look, Dame up right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Drop it in the comments. I know a lot of people think I'm just taking up for Dame, but this is the same person that was teaching you financial literacy years ago. Just because you think he's going through some troubles, you got to remember, bro, use your motherfucking head, and if you're too young to use that, go back to the videos and type in Dame Dash around, I don't show out a year, bro. Let's type in Dame Dash before 2022. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, bro. And just see how he was talking. And if His financial plans can help your marathon. Everybody not on a marathon. But if you are, you understand it. If not, this might go way past your motherfucking head. Drop it in the comments. I can't stay long, got to go, Miss Ho. Like, share, subscribe, hype my shit up, nigga. Peace. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Hey, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Dame Dash drags Kevin Hart, which is crazy because I thought Kevin Hart was being respectful by not talking about him on the It Is What It Is podcast with Camron. Let's get into the content. Drop it in the comments.
Earlier, I never got to ask you, how did you meet Kevin Hart?
I put Kev on. Me, Jay Black, and at the time, my wife, Rachel, my ex-wife, Roy, went to a comedy club because I was looking to shoot Paper Soldiers, and I needed some comedians. So I saw him, I saw Smokey, and the next week I put him in the movie. And then I directed his next movie, Death of a Dynasty. And, you know, I was there as a friend, giving him advice, the whole nine, and supported him, came to Kevin's shows. And he did this show in New York, and it was dope in the Village, I forgot. And the next show was, and he called me, I brought my family. I got that shit on tape. And then the next show was The Garden, and I didn't get that call. And all of a sudden, all the people I had issues with were there. So I just figured they must have him on tape doing something stupid. I just think they all getting blackmailed. Like the guy he sold his name to or whatever, that's Jamie Salter. I know him well. Like, you know, me and Jamie Salter, you know, again, we did business together. His OG is Jeff Heckman. I knew them 20 years ago. So I know the games that get played over there. So I just don't feel like things are always what they seem. I don't know what problems Kev had. I know I saw some shit. I saw his company go out of business, that restaurant, but nobody was saying nothing because it happens. It's hard to scale a company. That restaurant, the vegan, all of a sudden he's eating vegan, but a vegan restaurant, you know, business acumen is a lot different than just getting paid a salary for doing a service. Again, you tell me which one of these people you consider businessmen are doing anything but just getting paid a lot of money by another culture. Who's really scaling a business? Who's investing? Who's reinvesting? Who's growing? No pause. No one's doing any of that. They're just letting them, for some reason, people give them checks. And then even people do, I don't know, you know, but that's just not my game. I'm a different kind of businessman. I don't hustle to make an event for people to pay me a salary so I can get an announcement. I'm trying to grow a business for my kids and scale a business. I'm trying to be able to buy shit, pay all my employees or people I work with, and grow the business without a loan or any help at all. And I'd love you to show me someone else that's done that. One person.
You said that Kevin Hart sold his name?
Just Google it. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. But usually I know for me, and again, allegedly for me, like deals have been presented to me. They want to loan me a bunch of money to grow my business, but if I break covenants, which means I don't pay the mortgage on it, then they get my name and they get all the shit I own. And then I just, you know, what I'm seeing, I'm like, well, I see a business go out of business and all of a sudden somebody owns his name. That means somebody's in debt. But I'm not saying Kevin's in debt. I just a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dumb. You know what I mean? So I could be wrong, but I see a business go out and then I see your name sold. That means you kind of get a loan against future earnings for me. But I'm not accusing Kevin of that. But, you know, that's how shit be. But I do remember Tiffany Haddish in my studio in Burbank, and she FaceTimed Kev, and we were talking, and he put me on the phone, like, you know, snapping, and then he gets on the phone, and he tells her, get out of there as soon as possible. That's what he told her. So I don't know what's going on. It's weird. You know, he's over there, you know, he was fucking around, pause, with Puff. You know, he was I don't know what happened, B. If you were hanging out in that house, I would just think that somebody might have some pictures of you. I don't know. Pause. But that's what I would think if you over there and homie was really on that shit. I'd be like, you know, that was a place, it looks like, to aggregate people doing things that they shouldn't be doing while they were in an inebriated state of mind, and then get taped and then have to do things they don't want to because they don't want to be embarrassed. Now that I'm seeing things with these Epstein files and all this shit and Puff and all these taping everybody, I think the whole world is run on blackmail. And I just don't think I've done anything anyone could blackmail me about.
Look, the video with Kevin Hart and Diddy with the little diddler toy on the bed, it's pretty fucking damaging. A lot of people don't talk about it too often. Not even Kevin Hart. Even when you hear him talking, bro, he don't come out and answer the questions that people really want to know about him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. He doesn't even own his own name. Now, this is crazy, fool. This is crazy. Why would you sell your own name if you're not in debt? And we're looking from it from a business perspective. Your restaurant go out of business. Your boy went to jail. It's a lot of shit going on over there about old Kevin Hart. And like Dame said, bro, he put Kevin Hart in his very first movie, Paper Soldiers. Found him in an old comedy club and put him on. You know what I mean? Look, bro, you can't bite the hand that feeds you or the hand that has fed you. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Kevin Hart telling Tiffany Haddish, get out of there as soon as possible. Look, bro, Dame saying a whole lot without saying it, bro. It got to be pictures floating around about old Kevin Hart and all his diddler sessions and all that other type of shit one goes through to make it in the industry. And before everybody say, oh, he's real, bro, he did his first wife bad, horribly. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. He was focused on being Hollywood. Now, I like Kevin Hart, but he's typecast, bro. A typecast motherfucker don't have too many morals and principles behind the scenes. Why? They don't even fight for their right to portray real artistry. Even though he do got that one when he had the daughter when the mama died. Like, that's a good-ass movie. He got a couple teams under his belt. I can't throw everything away, but I gotta go with Dame on this one, bro. What do they have on you? You know what I mean? Yeah, what do they have on you? Because Kevin Hart, he ain't been acting right for a minute. You know what I mean? Is he funny? Yes. Does he have fans? Yes. But what did he do behind the scenes is the biggest question. Yeah, that's what people want to fucking know, bro. How far did you go with the diddler? And what do they have on you? You know what I mean, bro? It costs nothing to stay real, bro. Like, people do all type of strange things and give up their morals and principles, sell their soul for money. But guess what? Once you realize it's just money and you run out of things to buy, that's when you get on your knees and pray to Lord that them people let you go, let you loose. But you under so many contractual obligations, them people gonna own you forever. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. This is what Tip going through with Sync Music, trying to get his masters back because he said they promised him they'd sell it to him at a discounted rate. Now they want 50 million plus what they originally said. Bro, if they got a chance to own you, they gonna own you. This is slavery, fam. Yeah, it's slavery, them contractual obligations. Slavery. And you're signing it and knowing what you're signing it, and then you're crying about it. But guess what? You already signed that bitch. That bitch damn basically a blood contract. Look, drop it in the comments what you think about old Kevin Hart. A lot of people think Dame has fallen off, but I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that. You gotta let time do what time do. You know what I mean? Real shit. Best thing I can tell you, gotta let what time do before you make your final judgment and opinion on old Dame Dash. Drop it in the comments. Kevin Hart, I love you. I love him. But it's some things about him that I do not understand. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Look, DJ Akademiks says Jay-Z, Jigga Man, is hating on Drizzy Drake in his new interview about songwriting and whiting records. So let's get into the content, drop it in the comments.
Authentic.
Hey, yo. You see, I'm going to say the elephant in the room, man. This is hating ass Jay-Z once again. He talking to Drake, man. You know Drake turning 40 this year. He trying to like, yo, he one of them type of nigga gonna give you the bad advice that hopefully you follow, and then when you get unsuccessful, you be like, well, at least you tried. You know, at least you know when people be like, well, at least you did it the right way. Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here, Jay-Z. Jay-Z had a whole career. That nigga said 30's a new 20 when he became 30. The nigga said, I'm young forever. And now that he's 70, he's trying to tell other niggas, nah, y'all gotta make music like y'all old now, man. Nah, don't do what I was doing, saying 30 the new 20, young forever. Y'all gotta leave the youth alone. Man, if this thing don't get the fuck out of here. I keep telling y'all, man, Jay-Z the type of nigga, bruv, when he ready to, Jay-Z likes to put a bow on a lot of bullshit. The guy's 70. Half his life, Jay-Z was like 50 when he was like, yo, I'm young forever. What you mean you young forever? Let's go back and check out the math. Jay-Z, forever young, that's what we mean, forever young. 2009, Jay-Z made that shit, that he's young forever. Okay? It was a song on the album released in 2010. How old is Jay-Z now? Jay-Z is 56 in 2026. That means in 2010, which is 16 years ago. 16 years ago, this nigga's 40, talking about he forever young. 40. I'm forever young. That's who be forever. Hating ass nigga. Hating. You know why? The other niggas, hip-hop's top guys now, they're about to be 40. You know what he's trying to tell him? Nah, man. We used to tell him that. You Grandpa Hove now. He ain't want to hear it. Forever young. That's what he's saying. 30's the new 20. He was on that R. Kelly shit. That's what Kelly was telling them hoes. Kelly was telling them 16 the new 26. Like, I don't know what Kelly was telling them. Real talk. But he was trying to switch up the age. What you mean 30 the new 20, gang? What you mean by that, gang? 30 new 20? How'd that work? Jay-Z switched up all the rules for him. Now that he's 75, he's trying to tell y'all niggas, act your age. Man, this is crazy, man. I keep telling you about Hove, man. Hove a cold piece of work. Hove cold. When Hove is 40, forever young. Hove is 70, y'all niggas need to act your age and leave the youth alone. Jay-Z at 35, 30 is the new 20. Jay looking at you at 35. Nigga, it's time for you to pack it up.
Look, Jigga is my man, but unfortunately, DJ Akademiks has found an old loophole to get at him. Because he's right, bro. Jay-Z was always on some forever young type shit. Now they say he's Grandpa Hove. He's pushing 75, which Jay-Z is actually only 56. And now he's like, act your age in records. Bro, when you're rapping and you're creating songs, you're making your records, what's age? You don't act your age. You act how you feel, my nigga, and you convey that to music. Music has no, you have to sound like this when you're 30, or you have to sound like this when you're 40. Music is not like that. Music is very, very, very subjective, and it's all about what you want to give to your fans. Now, if you want to give your fans bullshit, that's what you gonna give them. But all that old act your age, Jay-Z is tripping, and that's what's wrong with Jigga Man music. But don't get it twisted. Jigga Man is the GOAT. Yeah, he's one of them for sure. But if we being honest, bro, his last few albums that he put out, it wasn't on that same Hola Ovito, you know what I mean? I'm just being honest, fool. Like, and that's coming from a Jay-Z supporter. I wouldn't say a fan because I'm not a fan of any man anymore. No mas, you know what I mean? I grew up. When you grow up, you stop being fans of people and you start realizing that, hey, it's your time. You know what I mean? You too could be the man if you really give it your all, bro. Yeah, you got to really lock in on something. You really lock in on something, bro, you ain't gonna be a fan of that next motherfucker. You gonna realize what they did wasn't too hard. You know what I mean? Even though, like I said, Jay-Z is a GOAT of songwriting, Akademiks got him on this one, bro. That nigga hating, you know, like what the clips are doing. Bro, ain't nobody jamming that clip shit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Drop it in the comments, man. I can't stay long. I got to go. Ms. Ho. But guess what? It don't matter who I'm at, bro. I'm guerrilla podcasting. That means the cameras are always gonna come out. You know what I mean? And they can't stop me anymore. Yeah, they can't stop me no more, bro. They tried to do that. Community strike after community strike. But I think I've learned my lesson. You know what I mean? Real shit. I'm just gonna, I ain't gonna say put brakes on it, but you know, I know how to censor a few things now. I know I got to censor a few things. Look, shout out Akademiks. Shout out Jigga Man. Shout out Drizzy. I'm not a Pusha T fan, bro. I don't like Pusha T or I don't like that other one. No malice. It's just, they not my color. That's not what they can't be too conscious in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? It just fucks you. It fucks with you. Just being honest, bro. But Jigga Man, he's hating on this one. You know what I mean? Real shit. He's act your age. Bro, what's age when it comes to music, bro? Yeah. Nigga want to hear a nigga rocking. You know what I mean? Now, if a nigga 60 years old and he can see another 60-year-old rocking his way, at least you give him some type of hope that, guess what? You ain't got to be no stiff-ass nigga for the rest of your motherfucking life. You can actually have some fun. Enjoy yourself. Don't think of, oh, they thinking about my age. Nigga don't give a fuck how old you is, as long as the music goes hard. Don't forget all of your favorite fucking artists have been walking for years. Some of them are still doing the old songs, bro. Think about a nigga like Vanilla Ice. Can you imagine that nigga still doing the Ice Ice Baby? Look, bro, it's always room for anybody in the music game. That is him trying to just protect his motherfucking ass. Yeah, a nigga 56 years old right now can start rapping right now. If you go harder than Jay-Z, nigga, you got him. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace. Hype my shit up. Yeah, hype my shit up, nigga. Why not? It costs you nothing to be real. And I'm one of the realest podcasters that the world has right now. You know what I mean? That's why I'm wanked so motherfucking high. You know, just being honest, man. Ain't nobody gonna tell you the truth quite like Scars from the playground. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Peace. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. DJ Akademiks, Drax, little baby. He say, stay away from the Iceman. You are not welcome here anymore. Look, drop it in the comments. Let's get into the content.
This nigga, wherever he been at, nigga. We know, Lil Baby make the same song 4 million times. He got one semi-hit, he about to make 30 songs like it, nigga. You know how he made 30 songs like Whoa? Like, he made 30 songs like that? He got Mrs. Trendsetter, he gonna make Mr. Trendsetter. Like, we good, gang. Like, stay your ass in Atlanta, nigga. Figure out what y'all got going on over there, man. Leave the Iceman alone, please, bro. Please. He took a picture, he got Drake in the background. All right, cool, man. I'd rather he just like, just come out and he sending mixed messages. He got, was it Snoop Dogg right here? He got, bro, what side are you picking? Bro, fuck what side this nigga is picking. Keep this bum ass nigga away from Iceman. It's one of my only wishes. Keep this bum away from Iceman. That's all I gotta say. Keep his ass away from Iceman, bro.
I hear this mushmouth retard come with that helmet rap. This fucking like helmet. If I hear this shit and fuck up my goddamn mood, I'm gonna be tight. Keep this mush mouth, Rosetta Stone, this fucking ESL, half a retard, send him back to go hug on Michael Rubin or some shit. Go cuddle with them. Go do the reverse Oreo hug, nigga. Keep this nigga away from a classic, okay? Have him be a trendsetter at learning English. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Keep him away from Iceman, please. Please. Mushmouth nigga, man, sound like he got a retainer and braces in, nigga. This nigga sound like, nigga, man, get this nigga out of here, man. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I know some of y'all Drake fans desperate. I ain't desperate. Oh, I already picked my side. Nigga, this was, if you trying to send a message like in support of Drake, you could have posted this the day after Not Like Us came out, nigga. This is not 2 years later. We good, nigga. Ain't no sides to pick. Get out of here, nigga. Bring that mushmouth shit back to the fucking trenches of Simpson Road in Atlanta. Get out of here, nigga. Get out of here. Fuck. Could have posted this 2 years ago. What side is there to pick now? Fucking side is there to pick now? Ain't no fucking side to pick. It's only one fucking side at this point. It's only one fucking side. It's the winning side. Them other niggas disappeared. Nigga popped up like, what do you think this was like? You thought this was LeBron James' the decision? Get this retarded nigga out of here, man. Bye, nigga.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of this shit is amusing. When it comes to Drizzy, believe half of what you hear and most of what you see, bro. Drake fuck with Lil Baby. He fucks with ATL all the way. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing a DJ Akademiks can say to make Lil Baby look bad in Drake's eyes. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now, I'm not the biggest Lil Baby fan. You could say, oh, he makes one song 30,000 times, 4 million on the same track. That's what it is, bro. That's what you're signed for. You're signed to keep doing the same thing. That's why the fans start loving you. I don't want y'all to forget that, bro, because everybody try to reinvent themselves every other album. Man, do the same thing until it sticks. That's what Future do. That's what most of you great artists do. It's always going to sound pretty much the same. Even your actors, they're always going to be in the same, typically the same movie. It's called typecast, bro. Yeah, it's called typecast. That's about being a professional, bro. You have to be that person. Nobody wants to see Playboy Cardi change it all the way up and go prep. You know what I mean? No, they like him for who he is, that vamp motherfucker. You know what I mean, bro? What people don't understand, people love Lil Baby. You know what I mean? Yeah, the internet is so big, and so many billions of people in the world. But let's not get it twisted. If you take all this shit away right now, it's still gonna be millions of Lil Baby fans. And that's more than most people could say, bro. It's people that's sitting at 10, 20, 30 listeners on Spotify. You know what I mean? I'm one of the ones affected by no promotion and no marketing. It ain't the talent, it ain't the skill. It's that you got to put some money into something to make something, bro. If you're not putting money into it, what can you really expect? Marketing is a big part of this shit. Look, shout out Drizzy Drake, shout out the Iceman. See, I don't think the same thing Akademiks think. Why? Any given time, just like any given Sunday, bro, you can get into that studio, into that game, and make a hit. You never know what people are gonna come up with. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Might be an incredible record. They might already have one. What people don't know about Drake is nigga keep something locked up for a minute just because he know that it's gonna slam. A timeless record. You know what I mean? Shout out Lil Baby. I'm rooting for him. Just to be honest. I'm rooting for him. Why? I go for the underdogs, bro. I don't go for the sure shots. Yeah, I don't go for the sure shots to be with the cap, the fake shit, man. Come on, man. Shout out Lil Baby. Shout out ATL. Shout out ATL, fool. And you know what? Since we on ATL, I want to shout out J Money. Yeah, I want to shout out J Money. Yeah, a lot of people don't know J Money. Futuristic J Money. That nigga dope. You know what I mean? Has been for a while. That's who Sauce Walker stole that sauce from. That's who he stole that drip from. Yeah, drip hard. You know what I mean? Stole that salt from J Money. I'm just being, I know it pisses people off when I say it, but it's just the truth, bro. I'm from here. A lot of y'all not. I am from here. So when I be doing shit, you don't understand what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? You don't know where I'm from. You don't know me from a can of paint. But understand, you behind the screen, I don't know you either. And that's how it was designed, brother. Nigga in the neighborhood is not gonna know me. I'm always gonna know top dogs. Yeah, cheese, no cheese. You know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron. I would have got nothing from hanging with you bomb ass niggas. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. But maybe you know my brother. Yeah, maybe you know my big brother. We look totally different. He gotta go a whole street presence. You know what I mean? That's him. You know what I mean? You might know him. You know what I mean? But if you know him, you know that nigga like 6'7", and that nigga ain't no punk. That nigga don't play about me. None of my family do. You know what I mean? It's just, we don't speak like that. Yeah, it's not how we talk, bruh. We just, you know, if you're acting stupid, we treat you like a student. This ain't hell, it's just Houston, fam. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Can't stay long, got to go. Miss Ho. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. Finesse2tymes just realized he signed a 360 deal with Mob Ties. Let's get into the content, bro. Drop it in the comments.
Me and Suge, I finally found my Mob Ties contract. Got a lawyer to look over it, but a lot of lawyers, like they don't really want to fuck with it. They fuck with it, but they don't really want to fuck with it. I got a couple people that have reached out to me, and I just sent it to them, and I still don't trust this shit a whole lot. So me and Suge finally decided to do ChatGPT. So this is my first time using ChatGPT. I never used this shit. Everybody been encouraging me to try to use this shit, so I'm finna try to use it for the first time.
You should also put, is there any loopholes?
Have it been breached?
Like?
Have this been
No,
breached?
active, is there any loopholes for you to get out of your contract?
Okay. And especially if the artist had no proper legal advice. But this is not easy to win without a lawyer. So basically, Jay Prince, the old man, told me don't get a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, we ain't gonna even go there and fuck this shit. Advance and benefits could be used against you. They gave you cash, jewelry, truck, private plane, etc.
You pay for all that?
Yeah, all that paid back will go along. That means they'll argue you already got paid, so you owe delivery. So walking away could trigger recoupment claims or even lawsuits. Assignment clause, another trap. Transfer the contract to another label, company, anytime. So basically, they can sign their label over to anybody and I still be with them, basically. That's what they're saying. Can't transfer or escape, even the next deal, basically. That keeps you locked in ownership. Yeah, that question right there is key, not just random. Short answer. If music was released through a real distributor, your easy loophole is probably gone. Why this matter? In your contract, everything revolves around a distribution agreement. If they secured a qualified distributor, like a real label, distribution pipeline, and release music commercially, then the contract locks in and extends automatically. The term becomes tied to that distribution deal. If music was released, here's what actually that usually means for you. You can't use the shopping period exit anymore. The contract likely auto extended. They now control master releases, your recording services. Basically, you're in an active deal phase. Okay? But don't get discouraged. You still got angles. Even if music drop, you can still look for what is real, qualified distributor. All right, so now, we go to the Atlantic deal. I went through your contract and I'm gonna break it down plain, no lawyer talk, so you can actually understand what's going on and what the power is. Contract overview. This is a deal between Atlantic Records Corporation, the label, Mob Ties Entertainment, artist company, artist Finesse2tymes, Rick and Henry. This is a recording deal. Profit share deal, not just a simple distribution. Exclusive deal, very important. The artist is locked in exclusively to Atlantic. Can't record for nobody else. Label controls all music during the contract. This is standard, but very restrictive. Length of contract. This is where labels win. Starts when deal is signed. First term until albums drop plus 10 months after. Then label has 3 options to extend. Meaning, label can keep him for up to 4 total periods. Artists.
Look, this nigga got the dumb nigga blues. Let me be honest with you. He got the dumb nigga blues. It ain't no other excuse for what has happened to him. You know what I mean? Just be honest, let's just be real. The dumb nigga blues. Meaning, no matter what he do, no matter what he go through in life, the way he was raised and the way his mind state is, he gonna always be a dumb nigga. You know what I mean? Now, cool nigga, but just don't got it all up there. Now, he just realized, after running this bitch through ChatGPT, that he signed to a 360 deal. He doesn't even own that fucking name, Finesse2tymes, which is a good name, you know what I mean? Now, he changed his name. He said, don't call him that. He don't want to be called, and why would you want to be called that? You're not getting paid off for the likeliness or that name, you know? You can still be the like, and still make people like you, but he's 250 Ricky now, you know what I mean? 250 Ricky. Finesse2tymes is better, but guess what? What can you do? It's like spilled milk, bro. Once it's already spilled, it ain't no point of trying to pick it back up and put it in the cup. You might as well wipe it up and throw it away. You know, just being honest, just being real, bro. This is just how the game works. He say he thought it'd be a good team signing with Jay Prince, having the old man as his manager. Now, had it not been for Jay Prince Jr. and a whole bunch of, and the history of just rap a lot fucking people over, that might have been the truth. You know what I mean? That might have been the case. But unfortunately, this wasn't that. You know what I mean? It's a 360 deal, bro. He say, oh, they told me not to get no lawyer. I don't need, bro, if you ever hear that, that's signals, signs that you should go get your goddamn lawyer and get somebody that know how to weed that motherfucker before you sign that bitch and start giving them all your haircuts. Now, you don't own your masters. You don't own shit. You may never get a song that popped like that first one did when you got out of prison. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. That's how the music game here is, up and down, up and down, up and down. You get more downs than you do ups. This is how it go, bro. It's the industry. The industry was here before most of us, yeah, most of us. There's a lot of people. Jigga, 67 years old, 75 years old. He was from the start of it, you know what I mean? But it's a lot of people that wasn't around back then, baby, and just don't understand. This bitch designed to fuck you over. That's why I don't understand, like, people like YB. YB was about to sign a $60 million deal. What nigga, they just said you made $70 million from tour. What the fuck? You want to be locked in a contract with the machine? You know what I mean, man? Shout out Jersey Drake. Shout out to Iceman. And I know, baby, there you go with Drake again. Now, Drake battling the machine. One doesn't know what's going to happen between him and UMG, but I guarantee you, mark my words, they going to pay him something. That's just how it works, bro. You got to rage against the machine. Rage against the machine, all machines. You know what I mean? Before AI and machines just take over this whole motherfucker. Rage against all of them. Be independent, bro. That's what we here for. To own your fucking self. That's at least. That's the least you can ask for, is to own yourself. Like, really fucking own yourself. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.
Welcome back to Scores from the Playground. Dawgface says Jay Prince Jr., Ben10, and Dead End Ron all made statements to the police concerning the Allstar JR incident. Let's get into the content. Drop it in the comments.
So, I mean, how far you want me to go into this shit? Let's just give you a brief synopsis of what took place. Allstar JR
And get nobody locked up, no extra people locked up in this motherfucker.
No, only one locked up is Allstar JR. He's the only one locked up. And he's locked up, and he was officially charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. But the amazing thing about it is that you had multiple people who were shot by him, admittedly so, and he's not charged with no crimes of violence. He's not charged with shooting nobody or hurting nobody, none of that kind of shit. He's solely charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm that he recovered during an assault and a robbery of him. That's already in the federal complaint.
Right.
So when you read the federal complaint, it says that he's charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm with nothing else, right? And in the complaint, it articulates the fact that he was the victim of an assault and a robbery because they snatched his chains and pulled his watch off his arm, you hear me?
Right.
So that's the craziest part about it. The other crazy part about it is that everything that the NBA camp said in response to JR and the world kind of like becoming aware of what took place, everything about that shit, it is what it is. It's a bunch of cats out of Houston, out of Baton Rouge, basically saying the feds snatched him up because they wanted him to make a statement. The statement is in the video. I saw the entire video.
Right.
What the world saw was just a snippet of what happened. I've also saw the restaurant footage from the parking lot showing Jay Prince and the whole.
How you got to see all this footage?
Because we got motherfuckers who were in the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? We got chicks who work there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see all that shit. And JR, after the shooting happened, he fled. He dropped the gun. He left it there at the service podium, right? And he walked about that motherfucker, jumped in his car, and got the fuck on. The feds never had the opportunity. Law enforcement, period, local, state, or federal, never had the opportunity to talk to him because he left the gun, just like some mafia shit. Like when you watch the old mafia movies, once you bang a motherfucker, you ain't got they're looking for the pistol. You ain't got to look for it because it's right there. You know what I'm saying? He left, jumped in his truck, and got the fuck on, and he came back to Michigan. So they never had the opportunity to talk to him except through his lawyer, because he lawyered up right away. They never had the opportunity to talk to him. The only people who had the opportunity to talk to are the people who was in the hospital, shot the fuck up, paralyzed, with shit bags on, with missing fingers. The only people he had to talk to was them niggas. Simple as that. They made statements. And that's why it's some confusion about, or that's why it's an issue about who had the pistol, who had what, when, where, and how.
Right.
They made statements. And when you look at the federal complaint, another amazing fact about it is the federal complaint says he was a victim of an assault and robbery. I ain't advocating niggas get locked up, but when you look at this shit from a straight line, if you've been in trouble before at all, if you know about the legal system at all, so these niggas robbed him and jumped on him, and he grabbed their gun, and even in the federal complaint, it don't say he had the firearm with him the entire time. It says that as he was being assaulted and took for his shit,
right, he
grabbed the firearm that hit the floor. It don't say he had it the whole time, right? And he grabbed it and he banged them niggas. And it was what it was. They got what they were supposed to get for playing how they played it.
Coach presents how to dress to score style points.
So when you spoke to him, how was his energy? He feel like he might beat that case.
We beating that shit because it is what it is. Everything is spelled out. They trying to play it like, oh, they want JR to make a statement. If he make a statement, it's going to trigger a bigger indictment with Jay Prince Jr. and all the rest of that shit. It is what it is. Motherfucker, you niggas play with it. They got the surveillance footage. They have y'all all talking the whole story that CJR made a mistake. So in his forever quest to try to prove himself, he took to Instagram and he made an Instagram post wherein which he said that he arrived late at OG 33's party, who was like second, third in command of Never Broke Again. The actual label.
People.
Yeah, he said he made a statement and put it on Instagram. His daddy made him take it down because all you did was just give him a chronological timeline. All you did is really explain from your perspective what happened, and you finna nail yourself because that shit ain't what happened. And it don't take much. The footage itself contradicts what Junior's original statement was. Right. And his statement is that he was moving around throughout the course of his day. He had no idea this was going to happen. He had no idea that he was going to see JR. And that he arrived late to a party that was already taking place at Confessions. Right. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? The NBA OG3's birthday party with him and his family, NBA Ron, Dead End, nigga, all them niggas, it was at a restaurant in Houston called Atlantic Ocean, right? They were all there. Well, Junior wasn't there. They were there. When they pulled up to Confessions,
they all pulled up together. So when Junior said, hey, I arrived late because I had to go to my aunt's birthday party, which was a family affair, and I had to go to physical therapy. So that's why I arrived late with no jury on, and I didn't have regular mob ties, figures, or security with me, because Junior never goes anywhere without security. Cause
the thing about criminals or wannabe criminals is they think they so smart, but they're really dumb. They always tell on themselves, like he said, that man gave a chronological timeline of when and what actually happened and took place. Everything is on video, fam. That nigga don't have to tell a goddamn thing, you know what I mean? But even if he did confirm, they done already told it, bro. Drop it in the comments for everybody that say, oh, yeah, snitch. Yeah, that's snitching, fam. Yeah, that's snitching. That's why JR went ahead and went to the what's name, bro. Yeah, I'd already told it. Might as well tell the story. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, nigga. If you don't tell your story, you're letting other people tell theirs. You know what I mean? They gonna believe them, bro. Like you wasn't the victim. They whooped his ass and took his chains, bro. Even the NBA boy say he didn't do nothing that he wasn't supposed to do. You know, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. As far as Ben 10 being paralyzed and having a shit bag and all that other type shit, I don't know that to be true, but I wouldn't deny it either, bro. Look, bro, if that Glock 43 hadn't only held 10 bullets, he'd be a goner, fam. A goner. Bro, if he don't give his life to Christ and leave that shit alone, he's a fool, bro. You only get lucky like that once. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. On top of that, he pistol whipped him and spit on him. Bro, if you gonna try to ban this for being 10, if you gonna continue to live that life and spill that bullshit, you gonna have to get your get back. Yeah, not only any Detroit nigga either. On Allstar JR. I'm just being honest, just being real, because the way that man did you, horrible. Let's just be honest, let's just be real, bro. Shout out Ben 10 because he's getting better, but that was some stupid ass shit. That was some dumb ass shit, bro. Y'all niggas taking chains. I mean, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's just be real, bro. Make it make sense. Your nigga just earned $70 million. One of the biggest rappers in the game. You know what I mean? You taking a chain. Not that means you just taking a chain. You damn near getting dined for taking a chain. Look, bro, drop it in the comments. Allstar JR is gonna beat this. Yeah, he gonna beat this. Why? He had no choice. It was either pick up that pistol off the floor or die. I mean, it's just the fucking truth. You know what I mean? What can you do, bro? No possession with the felon with possession of a firearm. That's a bullshit charge. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now you got to do what you got to do to save your own motherfucking life. You know what I mean? It's just being honest. Had he not picked that up, they would have killed him. They already had the chain on the watch. Look, drop it in the comments, bro. This ain't me taking up for nobody, but everybody, we seen what we seen. You can't be selective when it comes to this shit, bro. You got to be honest. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace. We everywhere, bro. Guerrilla podcasting means I podcast everywhere I go. This shit does not stop, fam. Ever. You know what I mean? Just being honest. Just being real, bro. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Ben 10. Shout out Allstar JR. I don't know Dead End Wrong, but shout out to him. You know what I mean? And OG Tree. Keep your hands to your motherfucking self. And don't do the stupid shit like this when your mom and your daughter's around, bro. What are you trying to prove, bro? What are you trying to prove? You look more like a man being able to handle yourself civilized, you know what I mean? Really in front of your motherfucking people. Man, say that dumb shit for when it's time to get dumb, you know what I mean? They can't do it the dumb way 24/7. You gotta act like you got some sense, nigga. You gonna get fucked off in this game. It's like Final Destination. Whenever you leave your house, you gotta know anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Murphy's Law. You know what I mean? If you're not thinking like that, you're gonna be victimized. You know, just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Can't stay long, got to go, Miss Ho. Hype my shit up, nigga. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.